Good morning again, Year 3. Lesson 4 of Unit 6, we're still looking at money, and let's go straight into our power up. Are the amounts of the money less than, equal to, or greater than £1? Use the small less than, equal, or larger than to predict and then check whether you're right. So I'd like you to have a go, pause the video at this point, and see whether you get the same as me. Off you go. Okay, so your answers are here. The first three are less than in the coins this side, and then the very last one is just over £1. So you were comparing all of those amounts to £1 in your power up. So well done if you got those. Our Discover today, we're moving on. So we've done addition, we've looked at comparing, we've looked at what do we do when we my brain's gone blank. When we convert pounds and pence. But today we're looking at subtraction, okay? Subtracting amounts of money. If you're stuck at any point, pause the video, go back a step and see if what we go through helps. There's a good few examples here. We're using lots of strategies that you know, using number lines, we're partitioning our pounds and our pences, and then we're using column subtraction, which we've done in autumn term as well. So there are lots of ways and lots of different strategies that you can work, and it's whatever works for you. As long as the answer's right, I'm happy with that, and so should your class teacher be. Okay, so let's have a look at what Sophia and Lee are doing. They're in a lovely bakery. What's going on? So Sophia buys a cupcake. How much money does she have left? And I've had to enlarge the picture of her hand there because that's really tricksy to have a look at. So I'm working out that she's got £2, £2 coins and a 50p piece. So she's got £2 and 50p, and she's buying a cupcake. What's the cost of a cupcake, I hear you ask? Well, I wonder if you can find it. What is she going to be buying? How could we find out what money she's got left? What kind of strategies do you have, or do you want to use, or do you know? Have a think, look at the coins, how much money she got, how are we going to take away the cost of a cupcake? Pause the video here, and I'd like you to have a go at using a strategy that you know. Sophia had £2 and 50p, we agreed that, and she bought a cupcake for £1 and 10p. If you have a look, the cupcakes are down here for £1 and 10. Now, Dexter here is telling us that he exchanged 50p for the £1 coins, and we'll talk about that in a moment. What I'd like to do now is just show you what we're going to do. So here I have some working out paper from Power Maths, and in here I've got £2 coins and a 50p piece already there, and we need to take away £1 and 10p. So I know that I can take away £1 straight away. I'm going to pop it in the bin. And I've got 50p and £1 left. Now I had to take away £1 and 10, didn't I? So I started with, oh, it's so annoying that we can't type on here. £2, £2 and 50p. That is awful. I need to think about getting a mouse or something, or a pen. £2 and 50p. So I took £1 away, and I had £1.10 to take away. And how am I going to do that? Well, I can't, can I? I need to do something. And Dexter gave us a bit of a clue earlier. He told us that he had to separate out and split, exchange his 50p. So I know that 50p could be made of 20p, and I hope you do now, a 20p and 10p, can't it? So that is the same as, can I not make that any thicker? No. So 50p is the same as 20, 30, 40, 50p, okay? So now can I take my 10p away? Well, of course I can. I've got a 10p piece there, so I'm going to go and pop that in the bin. So how much money, and I'm going to get rid of that 50p because I exchanged that for the 2 20s and a 10, didn't I? So how much money has Sophia got left now? she's got £1 and 40 pence. If I used my coins, that's what I'm thinking she's got. So let's go back to the presentation and see if that's what happened. So if I have a look here, I'm going to subtract my £1 first. This is going to keep track of what we're doing. I'm then going to exchange my 50 pence for the 20, the 20 and the 10. So I've still only taken away £1, and then I take away my 10 pence piece at the end. So we've got the same answer as our share. Sophia has £1 and 40 pence left. Super. Now I'm being asked to find out how much cheaper is the loaf of bread than the bread rolls. So how much is a loaf of bread? How much are the bread rolls? Can you find the information? Can you see if you can have a go at finding out what the difference is? Remember, we are subtracting, but what are you going to take away from what? Which number will go first? Which number will be taken away? See if you can have a go before I show you the way in which I've worked it out. Off you go. For question B, the loaf of bread costs £1 and 89 pence. The bread rolls cost £2 and 50 pence. Let's go back and check. There are the bread rolls and there's the bread. Okay, so here we have a number line and it's jumping in. I always like to check what a number line is jumping in. So if I've got £1 and 80, £1 92, £2 and 10, £2 and 20, we're clearly going up in groups of 10 pences, aren't we? So obviously this is £2 and no pence. So to start at my number line here, I'm at £1 and 89. I'm the notch before the £1 and 90. And to get to £2, I'm doing one big jump of 11 because I've got 10 between here and then one more for my 11. Then from £2, I can make a big leap of 50 straight away to go to £2 and 50 pence because that's a really easy leap to make. Just jump to the nearest zero number that we know. To find the difference though, Flo's saying she found the difference between the cost by counting on, which is the method we've used on our number line, and this will be useful for when you go to your workbook too. Astrid here at the bottom is saying, I changed the amounts to pence and used column subtraction. So we've done column subtraction like I said before. Let's have a look at that in a bit more detail. What does column subtraction actually mean? So here we've got our amounts converted into a 3-digit number. I've converted them to all pence. So £2 and 50 is 250 pence and £1 and 89 pence is 189 pence. And clearly when we subtract, my bigger number goes at the top and my lower number goes at the bottom because I need to take that away from the top number. Always start in our ones column. I've got 0, take away 9. Can I do that? Of course I can't. So I'm going to need to exchange. I'm going to need to borrow from the next column along. So I'm going to put it, let's do this in black so you can see what we're doing. I'm going to put a line through that and I'm going to put a 4 there. And I need to put 1 here to say that I've got 10. 10 take away 9 is going to leave me with 1. Now I've got 4 in my tens column and I need to take away my 8s. Now I can't do that. So I'm going to need to exchange again and borrow 100 from the hundreds column and make this number 140 because I've got 14 tens in my tens column. 14 take away 8 is 6. And now in my hundreds column, if I move over, I've got 100 on the top, 100 on the bottom, so I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left in my hundreds column. So altogether, I've got 61 pence left, which if I go back, is what we had here. Because to get your final answer, you needed to add the total amounts of all of your jumps together to find out what the difference was. So down here, next to Flo, I've got 11 pence, add 50 pence, equals 61 pence. So the difference between those two, because the question was how much cheaper, so the loaf of bread is 61 pence cheaper than the pack of bread rolls. Okay. Oh yes, and what we've just done on the other page is a bigger version of what we did here in our share. Question 1. How much more does a loaf of bread cost than a breadstick? Or I like to call them French sticks. So how much more? So the breadstick is 94 pence and my loaf of bread is £1.89, just like the previous one. So I've got a number line here, and if I look at it, I'm still jumping in 10. 90 pence and 10 pence is a pound. Then I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 with my pounds. So my number line is still jumping in jumps of 10, which is great. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have a look at starting at 94 pence there. Okay, I'm starting at 94, 91, 92, 93, 94 on my number line. And I'm guessing that I'm going to be jumping to to £1 in order to find out how many more pence that is. So to jump to £6, to £1, I'm really getting in the middle here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've added 6 pence to 94 pence to get 100 pence or a pound. Now, what do you think I'm going to do? Well, I think I'm going to just do one big jump of 89. So let's have a look. Oh, yeah, we're still jumping. Yeah, we're doing one big jump of 89. There's no point me stopping in between, because between £1 and £1.89, which is just before the £1.90, I know it's one big leap of 89. Okay, so in the piece in here, I need 89. And to that, I'm going to add my 6 pence, because that's what I've got on my number line. And that is going to come to 95 pence. So I think the loaf of bread is going to be 95 pence more than the breadstick. But just to double check and to use a strategy that we've already used today, I'm going to use my column subtraction. Let's have a look. Remember, we always start in the ones. 9 take away 4 equals 5. So this is looking good, because I know I've got 5 in my answer here. 8 take away 9, I can't do. So I'm going to need to borrow and exchange from the hundreds. No, I've got nothing left there. And I've got 18 here. 18 take away 9. Well, I know 9 add 9 is 18. So I've got 95. So can you see, even using a different strategy still allows me to get the same answer. 189 pence, which is what I've done in my column, take away my 94 pence, is still going to leave me with 95 pence. So my loaf of bread costs 95 pence more than a breadstick. Okay. Always be careful you read your question carefully. It might be asking you to find out how much more something is. It might be asking you to find out how much less something is. So, question 2, over to you. Lee has some money. He buys a custard tart. Lucky boy. How much money does Lee have left? Love a custard tart. So, have a look at how much money he's got in his hand. So I think that's pretty clear. He's got a note and some coins. Work out how much money he's got, and I want you to then have a look at what you need to take away. And think carefully about what do you need to really be taking away from. Okay, have a look and see if you can have a go at this and explore what your answer might be. Pause the video. I'll see you in a second. So looking at what Lee has in his hand, he has a £5 note, a £2 note, a £2 coin, never has been a £2 note, and a £1 coin, okay? Do I need to take 56p away from a £5 note? I don't really think so. Do I need to take away 56 pence from a £2 coin? I don't think so. Do I need to take away 56 pence from my £1 coin? Of course, that's going to be the most sensible thing that I need to take away my 56 pence from. So let's have a look at how I'm going to do that. Am I going to do it on a number line? Am I going to do it as a column subtraction? Am I going to do it by just counting on with my fingers or on a 100 square? Well, I've decided to do it as a column subtraction. Doesn't matter which way you do it. Like I say, if you want to do it on a number line, then you could do that too. 100 take away 56. I'm just going to use this because I think it's good to practice. Nothing take away 6 I can't do. So I'm going to have to exchange from my hundreds and put a 1 there and 10 in my tens column. But then I'm going to have to borrow my tens. So I've got a 9 here and I've got 1 there. Brilliant. So now I've got 10 ones in my ones column. And from that, I can take away my 6. 10 take away 6 is, I'm sure somebody will be shouting out at me, is 4. 9 take away 5 is also 4. And I've got no hundreds to take away because I've borrowed, didn't I? I exchanged from my hundreds column. So to take away 56 pence for a gorgeous custard tart, I think I might have to order one. Away from the money that Lee has, I did nothing to my £5. I did nothing to my £2. And what I did do is just take away from my £1 coin. So to me, now he already has his £5 and £2, which leaves me with 7. And he had 44 pence left over. So £7 and 44 pence. Brilliant. Challenge. Again, if your class teacher wants you to do the challenge or you want to challenge yourself and have a go. It's a little bit of prediction, a little bit of working out, which you are really good at. Workbook, we're working on pages 60, 61 and 62. The questions are pretty straightforward, not basic, pretty straightforward. They're all using either the pounds and pence or a number line. The only tip I've got for you today is make sure you know what your number lines are jumping in. Don't ever assume that you know what they're jumping in. Just because the two examples we used jumped in tens, yours might not be, and I can see in question 3 it's not. Question 5 over here, use a method that works for you. You've got 4 working out boxes there and 4 what look like subtraction questions. Have a think about what that question's asking you to do and what it's asking you to take away. There may be, it is Felix, isn't it? Is he saying down here, you might want to do lots of crossing out or use a number line. So see how you go. If you need more paper and you can't use the space, then obviously use a bit of paper. Remember to send that through to your class teacher because all you're working out, even if you get your answer wrong, if you show us you're working out, we can sometimes work out where you've got it wrong. Okay, so have a lovely go at worksheet 4 of your maths and I'll see you on Thursday. All right, bye-bye.